We're going. I think we've met once more, John.
Yeah, we have.
Nice to meet you. How are you? How's it going? Love that shirt, Henry. That's brilliant. Where did you get that one from?
David
From McGee. Did you? Oh, number one. Lovely, thank you, David.
number one.
It's good, yeah. It would be perfect, yeah.
Number one.
I am.
And your partner, number two.
Oh, lovely. I don't go crazy all the time. I like the silly high ones or the silly long ones. So.
Okay, everybody, welcome you all to Raisthorpe. And we've got a bit of a southerly wind today, so we're going to crack on now. 8 guns, 3 right to left. And if you don't know where they are, just give us a shout and I'll point them out. Henry. Yeah, they're all proud.
Oh, lovely. Really? But you can get them up to sort of 16. Oh yes. 16 gram now. My name's Jonathan McGee and I'm here today at Raisthorpe Estate with a team of guns. I'm lucky enough to be shooting some partridge. I've got my Meraki first, so what I'm going to be trying to do is sort of picking out the 1 or 2 really nice high birds, like these ones here which are just coming over. I'm going to be trying to pick out those really nice like long crossers. So as you can see, David and his team are communicating on the radios, and David's telling the beaters exactly where he wants the birds to be going, so hopefully over pegs 3 to 5 down the middle of the drive there. You can see the partridge are coming low down here. What I'm looking for is to take some sort of nice long crossing birds, so any of these birds which are coming up and over this way and that way. So on this first drive, as you can see from behind me, I'm peg number 1. What I'm expecting is the birds are going to start by flushing in front of us here, and then the idea is that the keepers and the team of beaters are going to be pushing the birds straight over the guns, but probably more towards the centre down this way, which should look really nice. The birds are probably going to be between 30 and 50 yards in height, so for a first drive, absolutely fantastic. Everyone can get their eye in and figure out which birds they want to shoot. Being number 1 gun, most of my shooting will probably be long dropping crossers going down this way, which should be perfect for me. So with this sort of shooting, you do have to be very selective, because we've probably seen maybe 5,000 birds come over, and like I say, it's only sporting to shoot the ones that are, you know, at the extent of your ability. So I do like to try and take ones which are a little bit higher. I'm no expert, but I find for me the challenge is to take a different bird each time, and there's plenty of variety, so it'll allow you to do that. He's a bit low. He's a nice bird. So these Ely Zenith cartridges seem to be doing the job. These are a 30 gram 6. Absolutely fantastic for partridge. They're a very fast cartridge, but they're also copper coated, which after the testing that I've done allows me to believe that the pattern a bit better. There's a number of other brands that do a cartridge which is also copper coated, but these are the ones that I'm choosing to use today. And like I say, I've tested them with this gun before, and with the chokes and the spread patterns, they all seem to marry up quite well. So what you tend to find this time of the year is the partridge will flush very early, and then at the end of the drive you'll get a swathe of pheasants coming over, because obviously it's the 27th of September today and pheasants aren't in season for another 4 days, so we're not shooting pheasants. What we're trying to do is pick out these nice high partridge, like that one which I was just beaten to. So that was the horn. The horn indicates the end of the drive, and that was pretty fantastic. As I say, it was only a starting drive, so I think I've had maybe a dozen shots or something like that. But again, absolutely brilliant to see these partridge coming over, like this guy here. Really fast sweeping birds, and they are a challenge to shoot at, but I absolutely love it. This is fantastic. There's not many behind me, don't worry. There's a few came out on the far end there, wasn't there? Is that what they do? Push them around this way and then pull them around?
Just general no, they just pull across,
Yeah,
just sweep
yeah.
them down.
Ah, brilliant.
Here, fetch him on, Max.
The dogs, oh, he's found something to eat instead.
Here.
He's a big-headed Labrador, isn't he?
Is it one and the other? You
Yeah.
can see right down the line there.
It's nice there, because you could see the birds coming straight over this way, and there was a few good ones which came over me, so.
So you can manage it a lot better,
Yeah, yeah,
and you can change things around
yeah.
a lot easier.
So how many of these do you breed a year then?
Just enough to do the job.
Yeah, that's the perfect answer. So like David was just saying, he breeds all these birds on site. This is a French partridge. You don't get many English partridges in this area, but these are what we're shooting today. They're a beautiful little bird and they're absolutely excellent to eat, so I'm going to be taking home as many as possible to eat tonight. Yeah. That seems to be the thing with me. I'm too busy to bloody do anything. You getting my nice waistcoat all dirty? So that was the end of the second drive. As you can see, the terrain on this drive is completely different to the first. It's a big open valley instead of a tight enclosed valley like the first. There's a large cover crop on top of this hill, which is about 150 yards away, and the birds are coming over anywhere between 30 and 60 yards up. The head keeper and his dogs now are just working the bank side to make sure that any birds that we've shot have been picked up. I was being really selective there, maybe only shot 2 or 3 birds. And yeah, as you can see, the dogs are picking them up now, and we're going to head back and head off to the third drive. The weather today is absolutely lovely. It's probably one of the coolest days we've had in a long time, which is really, really nice to see. It's completely different to the summery weather we've been having through most of September. So it's jumpers and shirts, it's maybe about 10, 12 degrees, overcast, which is perfect for the birds, and there's a southerly wind, which I've told that Raisthorpe's best on a westerly, but from what I've seen, the birds have been flying really, really well, and they've been a pleasure to shoot so far. So we're halfway through the day. We've got 4 drives. We're doing 3 and then lunch. and then a 4th drive, so looking forward to the next one. The weather's picked up quite a lot here. There's starting to drizzle a little bit with rain, but it's still overcast and it's still very good flying conditions for the birds. I'm peg number 7, so most of the shooting which I get on this drive will probably be birds which have come down the length of the line, probably high crossers. The top of the bank looks to be about 100 yards away, so hopefully we'll get some a little bit closer than that, that I can have a pop at. Like that bird there, which I've just missed. Oh, that was a long way away. So there was a lot of birds came over there. I think I've had quite a few shots for not many birds. It's always good to sort of pick and choose between the good ones, and most of the birds that I was shooting were very long crosses going all the way down there, and I picked up a couple which landed about 3 guns down. So with this real heavy wind behind us, that was really, really good fun. And I'll say, considering the guns choked 3/4 and full, you either hit them or you miss them, which was really, really good. So I don't like to see wounded birds. And yeah, absolutely fantastic. Really good drive. Now to pick up the cartridges. I always find it amazing with these sort of estates, just the abundance of wildlife. And me and David, who's filming today, we were just sat there watching, and there was like 3 red kites down the far end, and there was a buzzard hovering over me. And these sort of estates, literally, it is open food for those sort of birds of prey, because they mainly feed on carrion. And you can see in the background over here, the dogs are working, they're picking up all the birds. They're going straight into the game cart down here, which at the moment is about 50 yards away from me. So we're shooting the birds coming over at anywhere between sort of 30 and 80 yards high. They're dropping down into this valley. The teams of dogs are picking up all the birds, and they're going straight in the game cart, and they're going straight back for our lunch now, which is fantastic. And it's great to see the birds being used on that sort of scale. None of these birds get wasted, nothing goes into landfill or anything like that, that like some people would have you believe. It all goes straight back into the food chain, and so long as we keep doing that, so long as we keep eating everything that we're shooting, there is absolutely nothing wrong with this as a sustainable and ethical way of sort of harvesting food. It's much better for us, and much better in my opinion, than eating chicken that's just come fresh out of a factory and has never seen the light of day. Do you know what's beneath Jonathan's trousers? So which drive are we heading to now then?
We're doing Burton's.
Burton's, right.
Which is...
it's one of your higher drives, isn't it?
It is one of the higher drives.
Excellent, that'll be good.
Mr. DeMulder thinks we're
going on
a nice easy one.
Oh
to finish
really,
off
right,
the-
oh fantastic.
Give us confidence a bit more. But,
Excellent.
You can't be having a bit of fun with them.
No, definitely. So what part of the world is this classified? This is
It's
the Yorkshire Wolds, isn't
the
it?
Yorkshire
Yeah.
Wolds. Old glacier.
Yeah.
We always say God must have been a shooting man.
Yeah, it's perfect for it, isn't it?
Back in the 69, 70, and then as the years went on, we put more hedges in.
Right, right.
Put 21 miles of hedges in
Really?
altogether.
Wow.
And now you've got a network. You'll see it in a minute when we get to this top.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got a network of corridors. So not only have you got your game crops for all your conservation, your small birds and your
Yeah,
insects and
exactly,
everything
yeah,
else, you've got all your hedgerows as well.
Well, I think people understand how much game shooters actually give back.
No.
If you look at all the cover crops, they're not just there for the game birds, they're there for absolutely everything, and they're there all of winter until it starts to warm up again.
The actual shooting part of it is a very small part of it.
Yeah. What sort of game covers would you normally put in?
Nearly all maize for the partridges.
Right.
We have quite a few wild bird covers.
Yeah.
A bit of quinoa, wheat, a bit of barley all mixed in, and
right. Just to keep them going.
Yeah, mainly maize.
Right, fantastic.
What we're doing here, we're doing a high partridge drive.
Right.
Into a southwesterly wind.
Right.
Difficult wind, but this time of the year you've got hopefully plenty of birds in the drive.
Yeah.
What they'll do is they'll just lift and they'll flip in the wind. They'll actually be a harder bird than the last drive, because the last drive it was more of a sloping bank, whereas this is a lot steeper.
Right.
So
okay.
they'll face us and they'll be over the guns before they know it,
right,
and they'll flip back over in the wind.
Brilliant. Yeah. Right, perfect.
Look at the clouds. It's near on, spot on.
Perfect. As you might be able to tell from the wind behind us, the winds have just turned from a southerly to a westerly. So David, Mr. Medforth, assures us this is the actual perfect conditions for this drive. And it looks like the birds are already coming. It's almost the perfect day for partridge shooting at the moment. Because of the way that the winds are coming over, we've got a complete westerly wind now, which is pushing the birds from there straight over us. And as David was saying earlier, oh, and Henry, it's a pigeon. And as David, the owner of the estate, was saying earlier, we need a westerly wind for most of his drives, which is absolutely brilliant. Here's a nice little partridge. For me, this drive worked really well. I was obviously peg number 2. We were shooting really long crosses, me and Henry, and literally everything kept on coming across and then coming straight down us.
You just have to
keep
crabbing the drive together. You know, you're up. I'm generally in the middle.
Right.
Key players at either end.
Yeah.
And then you just watch which way they're going and push them harder one way and send them back with wind. In theory, but I mean, you need a volume of game to start with, don't you?
You do.
That's the thing. You need plenty up there.
They've done very well, Tony.
They're
considering the weather.
And there's cover crops just behind there, is there?
It's just it's literally, what will it be up there? 48 metres of maize.
Really? Right.
Yeah, and then a wild bird mixed behind it,
right, okay.
and then it runs away like a bit of an horseshoe.
Yeah.
But one way is to feed that drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, just got to steer them together.
Tell you what, I've noticed today, compared with other shoots, no pheasants coming out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's just partridge, isn't it?
Hopefully.
Throughout the whole drive.
I've seen one pheasant on the drive before lunch.
Yeah, which is how you want it.
Yeah, it's
one
perfect.
this morning.
Yeah,
That's how you want it, really.
That's good.
I mean, there is a few drives where they explode and go, but if you can just ease off, and I think half of that is if you've not got many beaters.
Yeah.
Like today's a prime example of struggling, but if you haven't got that many beaters, what you used to have, because 4 metres shot makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But if you block your pheasants up, then
Yeah.
under pressure and they go, don't they?
Coming over,
So, and it's last thing you want to see when we're supposed to be just seeing
yeah,
partridge.
yeah.
Last thing you want, really.
And we
Just
were
keep
saying,
it quiet.
We were saying earlier about the amount of birds of prey and stuff that were on the estate.
Yeah.
I mean, like with this drive especially, there was 1 or 2 birds of prey
Yeah.
just hovering around
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole time. So
Yeah, they get
I
used
think
to
it
them.
works.
Yeah, they can be a nuisance, but they sort of live together, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
And if they keep them pushed in these maize crops, and also as well as daft as it is, I mean we have some local peregrines that fly around
Oh, fantastic.
down at Burdale,
Yeah.
and they're there every year, all year,
Excellent.
and they educate them, they
Yeah.
make them sharper,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, because they make them jumpy, really,
Yeah.
to be fair.
The
So
two
yeah,
the two can work hand in hand.
Yeah, I think
easily,
so.
and
You just
people
live-
need to
live
be aware of
together.
that, really, don't they?
Yeah. it's like being in town. You have to live with your neighbours, don't you?
You do, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, they live
No,
together.
pleasure though. It's been
Yeah,
absolutely
thank you.
brilliant day.
Thank you very much,
Tony,
Henry. Thank
cheers.
you.
Journey for a lovely day.
Thank you very much.
That was one of the best drives I've
Yeah.
been on.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
That last drive. Number one.
I'll get these picked up. I only bought 25 and then David went and got me another box, but no, it was good. I was using a 30 gram 5 on that. I was using quite nice. Nice to be next to Henry as well because you can shoot a few.
I'm busy. Feeding.
That was a good showing of birds, wasn't it? 1, 4, 7. Yeah, this one. It's been lovely. It's been great shooting. That was bloody brilliant. That was. There was birds there for everyone. You could have shot the low stuff, or you could have shot epic stuff.